Watching Wednesdays. What we're watching Wednesdays.
What's up, Uncle Sam fam? This is a special edition of What We're Watching Wednesdays because we recently lost one of the greatest American actors of our generation, of our lives, and I'm talking about none other than Val Kilmer. He's been mourned globally since recent word that he had lost his battle to throat cancer, I believe, which had taken his voice some time ago. People come and go. However, not everybody leaves behind a catalog of fantastic, classic hit movies, such as this man did. Uncle Sam and I have been celebrating this, and we've been watching Val Kilmer movies. And right now, we're going to tell you what we've been watching. I'm going to talk about my 3 favorite Val Kilmer performances. Now, in no particular order, I'm going to go ahead and start. Anybody that knows me knows I am a Doors fanatic. I grew up, I loved the Doors. Jim Morrison was iconic to me. So when the movie The Doors came out, it had a huge impact on me. Huge impact, especially Val Kilmer's performance as Jim Morrison. I'm not even an Oliver Stone fan. I think he's pretentious. I think he's redundant. I don't care about Oliver Stone. Oliver Stone, if you're watching this, wow, I can't believe you're watching this. Wait, Oliver Stone's not watching this. Anyway, it's not that. Val Kilmer gave this performance of Jim Morrison. It's just hypnotizing. It's legendary. The lengths he went to give this performance. He had the crew and cast call him Jim. He learned every Doors song. He learned every Doors song so well that he made recordings and then let the surviving members of the Doors listen to the music, and they couldn't tell who was Jim and who was Val. Who does that? Val Kilmer. That's who. And secondly, I'm going to talk about another one that it's not always people's go-to for Val Kilmer. It's a great movie. Anybody that's ever seen it loves it. It is none other than The Ghost in the Darkness with him and Michael Douglas. This is based on a true story about a bridge builder that goes over to Africa, and he's got to build this bridge and contend with these 2 killer lions that are just slaughtering all the workers. Everybody's scared. I call it Jaws with lions. And if you know me, I love Jaws. It's like my favorite movie ever. So that's a compliment. That's a huge compliment. Michael Douglas is awesome in it. If you haven't seen Ghost in the Darkness, highly, highly recommend it. If you have seen it, revisit it. It's just as good. It aged very well. These 2 great hunters that are trying to bring down these lions. Again, based on a true story. You can look it up after that and read about it. So that's The Doors, true story. Ghost in the Darkness, true story. Oh, and how could I forget? I didn't forget. That was my lead-in. My favorite, it's not only my favorite Val Kilmer performance, and that's on top of Jim Morrison. That's on top of a Jim Morrison performance, okay? To me, Jim Morrison's performance was a 10. This is an 11 because I'm talking about none other than, it's my second favorite movie. Jaws is my all-time favorite movie. That's just the way it is. But my second favorite movie is none other than the 1994 classic, obviously starring Val Kilmer and Kurt Russell, talking about none other than Tombstone. This is quite possibly the most quotable movie of all time. I'm your Huckleberry, your Daisy if you do. The strain was more than he could bear. That's just my game. I could go on and on and on about how great this movie is. And what's something that's so cool, it was made in 94, but it's a timeless movie. Like, you could watch this movie 50 years from now and it's still going to be great. Watched it in 94. I saw it in the National Theater in Graham, where I live in this town. Who cares? But I saw it there in the theater. I loved it. I got a dub VHS tape of it from, everybody's got the friend that's parents have the 2 VCRs back in the day and they dub all the tapes they'd rent. So I had this tape. It was like Tombstone, Jurassic Park, and The Crow. The quality was horrible. It was freaking horrible. But it was still such a great movie. All 3 of those are great movies, but Tombstone's so good. Before I knew it, Tombstone was it was up there as my second favorite movie, only to the masterpiece of Jaws. But seriously, if somebody said turn off Jaws and I want to watch Tombstone, I wouldn't argue with them. So I've just named 3 great movies, and they're great mainly because Val Kilmer performance in these. He's a great American actor. I don't think he was always appreciated as much as that, because this day and age, American actors, they just play themselves. I've complained about that before, but not Val Kilmer. He would take on a character and he would dive into it. So thank you, Val Kilmer, watching this from beyond, for all the entertainment you gave us, and you're going to continue to give us, because we're going to watch these movies forever. And that's just my favorites. I didn't even get into Batman Forever, Real Genius, Top Gun. I mean, come on. Uncle Sam.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Uncle Sam, and it is that time of the week again. This week, we are honoring Val Kilmer, just like Random Ninja mentioned. He did pass away 1 week ago today. I'm recording on Tuesday, the 8th He passed away from pneumonia, and I was kind of hoping it was one of those like sick April Fool's Day jokes, but unfortunately it turned out to be completely true. Like a lot of people my age, my first Val Kilmer movies were probably like Top Gun or Willow. It's hard to pick just like one or two or maybe even three of my favorite films by Val Kilmer. Two of my favorite characters of his are going to be Simon Templar and Montgomery. And so I'm going to go in order of their release. 1996, we have The Island of Dr. Moreau. It also stars Marlon Brando. Montgomery is in charge of the care and, let's say, containment of these animal people that are created by Dr. Moreau. Montgomery isn't exactly the good guy in the story. He's kind of wild. It's one of those movies, I saw whenever I was young. I was probably like 12 or 13, somewhere maybe 14, but probably like 13 or so when I watched it. And it's just kind of, I don't know, it's a feel-good movie for me. It has some pretty dark tones to it. During the filming of this movie, he was actually served with divorce papers. So as you can imagine, it probably didn't make for the best environment to be working, let alone, getting into the mindset of being a different character. Next, I'm going to move on to the 1997 action movie, The Saint. The Saint is the movie that Val Kilmer chose to do instead of coming back as Batman. I remember watching The Saint on HBO whenever I was a little kid, like right when it hit HBO. My granny and pawpaw had HBO, so we would go over there, and that's where we got to watch the R-rated movies without anybody knowing. Kilmer plays a thief who uses a bunch of different disguises to move around and to steal very expensive items. All of the aliases that he uses are named after Catholic saints. He's contracted to steal the plans for Cold Fusion. It's one of those, for me, it's a nostalgia movie now, just because, like I mentioned, I was so young when I saw it. I started rewatching it today, and I had some things to do, and I wound up watching something else instead. Actually, what I wound up watching next was a documentary called Val. And yes, it's about Val Kilmer. Came out in 2021. He's pretty much had a video camera since he was a young child. And in this documentary, you see footage from when he was little all the way up until after he was diagnosed with throat cancer. And you get to see a lot of behind the scene type footage of a lot of the movies that he was in. They kind of go through each one over the years and discuss a little bit about what was going on around that time. And you kind of get a real feel of who he is. You get to learn more about his past. I didn't realize he was the youngest student accepted into Juilliard. I didn't realize he was that involved with plays. He played Mark Twain. It's a one-man show. I thought it was pretty cool getting to see him dressed up as Mark Twain. Even if you're not a big fan of Kilmer, this is still something that I thought it was very enjoyable. It is a very emotional type watch. It deals with some pretty serious subjects. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It is out on Prime, and The Saint is available now on Paramount Plus. But honestly, now's a good time to just go back and rewatch a lot of this classic American actor. There's too many to list. Probably there's more movies that he's been in that I don't know very well as compared to the ones that I do know. We wanted to take some time to throw some honor in the direction of one of our favorite actors, and we appreciate the work that he did. He's left us with a lot of really cool movies and a lot of cool roles. So anyways, this has been What We're Watching Wednesday.
Copyright 2025 Uncle Sam Wednesday. UNKLESampresents.com.
This is
Email us at
Watchin'
AMUNKLESam@gmail.com.
Uncle Sam
Spotify,
presents.
YouTube, Rumble, Facebook,
This
Instagram,
is
and Twitter.
What We're
Email us if you wish to be a sponsor.
Check out the rest of our videos at UncleSamPresents.com.